Alright, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I kind of wanted to commentate this game. It's an older game, and it was played on the RE patch. But it shows some really good Aztec play, and so I wanted to commentate it. So this game was me, King Ownage, and Prince playing Otto Aztec ports against Foire, Kurahadol, and Badger playing German Brit ports. And they had a clear civ advantage because this was on the RA patch, and they were like distinct tiers, just separating the civs. And Otto Aztec was like definitely considered one of the weaker civs. But they did have team benefits that could help alleviate those weaknesses. Like Aztecs had a bunch of team eco cards, like team medicine, team vills. The native vills don't count towards the European vill limit. And then of course team natives later. So Otto can play with a higher eco and more natives, which helps them a lot because they have population issues and eco issues on the RE patch. But all things considered, Brit German should still beat this combo fairly easily. And then also Aztecs can wood trade with autos, which is good because on the RE patch both two of their main units, Mace Sultans and Coyote Runners, both cost wood. Yeah. And this was on the RE patch, but like we removed team cards on the treaty patch. It was like one of our most unpopular decisions, but yeah, it happened. So, looking at the scores, they all look really good. I hit almost 2400 with the team medicine with the eco benefits from Aztec, and Prince hit 2200 with, and King Ownage hit 2068, which is really good on the low hunt 3v3 map. But one thing he did that I don't like is he sent three warrior priests, and I don't like that because that's like a one-time eco boost, and it takes up a slot that could be used on something like 18 Mace Sultans, which gives Mace Sultans extra HP, or even Team Wood, which I guess is useless with massive wood trade, but it might help out a little in the boom for everyone, not just him. Yeah, but that's the only thing I don't like about his deck. Foire hit 24-27. That's kind of low, especially with team plants. It should be like 100 points higher, but it is low hunt, so you have to keep that in mind. And maybe he was mind screwed as well. I didn't watch the boom. Kurahadol getting 24-57, also pretty low. Should be like at least 50 points or higher. Looking at all those idle cows and sheep, he probably didn't count too well. And then Badger. This is also pretty low for team mills and team plants. It should be like 2200. So the top team definitely boomed a little low, but it's not that big of a deal, especially in these matchups. So for the start army, it looks like I did 8 Corves and then just Janatus. 8 Corves obviously to deal with the rockets. And it looks like King put some units in the natives as well. I now remember having this discussion before the fight started, like King Ownage was asking if he should just focus on Foire or help us, and then he decided to help us because he was worried that like Prince would get annihilated and I wouldn't be able to overcome the civ disadvantage. So yeah. So he decided to put some units in natives. And he's which is fine because he's still gonna like destroy this start army. Let's see what Prince did. Sent 2B before 40, which I don't really like on the Uri patch because they're not fully upgraded. They need Blood Brothers to be fully upgraded. Would have liked that shipment to be like mortar range or infantry training instead. And also his Corvs are kind of backline position, but Badger's Corvs are. And Badger did 8 Corvs, whereas Prince only did 6. So he's probably gonna have some trouble with this start army. And let's see what foire did. So I'm not straight away. I'm not sure why he's moving these away. Like if King Onage is doubling in the natives and stuff, what he wants to do is just push really hard down here, and then he can be at our walls here, and then we have to react to him eventually. Yeah, alright, so I'm gonna unpause it now. So yeah, I think foire put his army too far up, and this mortar is also useless because there's no way in how he's gonna win the start fight. So he's gonna get annihilated a little bit harder than he would otherwise. King immediately sending these Jaguar Proud Knights up, probably to take out the natives, but looks like Kurahadol was prepared for the cheese and had a little bit of units up here. Not sure why he's running back here. Oh, I guess he wants to fight it. Thinks he can take it with the Dragars and the Arrow Knights, I guess. But it's good that, but this is still good because Kura's distracted on this side, which it looks like this allowed me to win the core fight on my side. So it looks like Prince did get annihilated in the start fight. Like, see all this artillery Badger has up. Now he's kind of just running cav into it. And then King Onage is controlling the cliffs quite nicely, setting himself up so that he can fight on multiple fronts and keep foire busy. Foire's already at his walls. That probably happened because his army was too far up, so it got completely annihilated, and then he might not have had enough vills to FB. And yeah, I'm not sure what these units are doing. And I'm not sure why Kura already has longbows out when he doesn't even have yeomen out yet. You want to send yeomen and upgrade your longbows before you make them. So Kura got that walled. He predicted and reacted to King Onage's Jaguar flank quite nicely. But then King is sending some Arrow Knights here. Arrow Knights are a good unit to make in team fights, or if you want to help a teammate, because they like eliminate your opponent's ability to make artillery, basically. And Prince is messing himself up with these walls. They seem a little messy with like pillars and this ungateable segments. And this wall is also very messy. But it's good that Prince got mortars out this early. And his FB is also really compacted and really far up, and these hussars are having issues pathing as a result of that, as you can see. So yeah. So yeah, King's splitting across the route area against foire. Foire did get this wall up, which is good. And he is getting some barracks up here, so that he can hold this. He should make some mortars up here so that King can't FB so close. Like having a close Aztecs having a close FB is good because then they can immediately pop coyotes and jaguars on top of your army if you get too close. So you should be trying to mortar Aztec, or any civ, but especially an Aztec. I don't like this musk feed. Like the musk are just gonna get wrecked by the abyss. Like some should be mixed with some hussars, or he should have yeoman out right now, which he does, but it looks like he doesn't have the upgrades queued. You should get longbows ASAP against this kind of thing, because musk huss will just drain you, and he can't make artillery if King is helping out with arrow knights, so longbows have to be the response here. Looks like Prince stabilized here a little bit, but now he's getting owned on artillery. He didn't stay on top of coal production, and now Badger has like 5 organ guns. And he's gonna try to snipe with goons, but that's like 90% of the time a bad idea. The funny thing is, Badger doesn't have many units defending these organ guns, so they're just gonna get kind of sniped even by the castors here. So King's mostly making Jag, Coyote. And Eagle Runners are also another good unit to help your teammates with, because they eliminate your opponent's ability to make cav. And I know it sounds OP, but like, you shouldn't really be fighting team fights against Aztec, and also like you can still win with a better eco. And Aztecs don't really have any response to huge masses of skirm units in team fights or 1v1. So it looks like he put enough pop, distracted foil with enough pop, so now he's just going up here. And it's good that he's running around, which is allowing him to help here without really being punished for it, because he's outplaying and distracting foil on all these fronts, getting foil to overreact. And so then his next move is to flank with Jags up here to help out Prince. And yeah, and he's gonna get behind Badger's FB here, probably looking to siege down buildings and distract Badger, or he's gonna walk past it and go straight towards the natives, which is also good. Splitting off 4 Jags to kill these woodvilles, good thing to do against Brits, because they're a very wood heavy civ in natives. Looks like Kura just got this native, but not for long. And I think he wants to run these to this native. And still distracting foil on all these fronts. But kind of letting this go too. I think I should have made some horse artillery here. I definitely should have made some horse artillery, because Kura has this infantry mass, and King Onage is helping me with arrow knights, and I have cannon control. There's like no reason not to make horse artillery. So he's actually going to send it down here, which I guess is just to distract them. And even taking this native post with his explorer. And where's foire? What is foire doing? Okay, he walked his army all the way across the map to help Kura. And so he's playing a very reactionary game, which is going to allow King to keep abusing him like this. And I think what he should have done is just like sent some units up here, but had a good deal of his army pushing this and pushing this, so that King can't split him anymore, and then he can just fight him one-on-one, which of course Germany has a huge advantage in that matchup honorary. And I just love all these cost-effective trades the King is taking with his batches of units. Like, just turning around and fighting and killing his opponent's armies, and killing the units the opponents try to throw at him. And also burning the native with the gnats that he was able to make when he took this. Which means Kura has a brief time with 0 natives, and I'm taking advantage of that by making a lot of hussar. But again, I also really think I should have made some horse artillery here. Trying to run away with his explorer so he can use it for further distractions. And because foire sent so much pop to... Where's his pop actually? Okay, yeah, up here, to help up here, and in the natives. Like, King is going to be able to again distract him here. And he would be able to eliminate this problem. Like, he is trying to push, but this is not enough units to push with. A batch of 10 coyotes will easily deal with this. Like, imagine like an additional 10 dops, a few skirms, and then like 5 mortars pushing down here. Like, that would force King to react like almost immediately. And it is hanging your teammates about how to dry a little bit, but then the trade-off is King has to come back and deal with foire's push here, and then he'd probably need some help with it. Because of the civ advantage between Germany and Aztec, and because foire would have destroyed King's entire, like, most of his FB. Kura is making longbow now, and that's good. He has this walled up quite nicely, which is also good. I probably could have made a mortar up here, kill a few barracks. But it looks like just pushing up here is also fine. Yep. Okay, so I built a foundry up here, making some petards. And it looks like I'm also gonna blow up Badger's FB. But like, Badger still has artillery control up here. Like, it's hard for Prince to do anything if he doesn't take artillery control. Like, even when me and King are distracting Badger so well with these flanks. And King is even almost up here because of foire's strange army movements. I mean, almost in here. The good thing is he does have 3 mortars out behind walls in a good position here, and he's going to destroy most of King's FB. So this push probably won't pan out. But King's still doing a really good job on the other fronts. He has this walled, and has a bunch of Jaguar Prow Knights up here. And just, like, standing and fighting if his opponent is not making enough units to kill them, and then just running away if the opponent does have enough. And taking a lot of cost-effective trades that way. Like killing a bunch of scums and dops with Jaguar Prows up here. So now Badger actually has no FB, and Prince is making hussars to take advantage of that. And now Badger's artillery control won't matter because he can't make enough units to deal with the fact he has no FB. I mean, he can't make enough units to protect his artillery. Foire should just push out here, kill this warhead, and then push into here. Now it's a bit late because King has it walled quite nicely. Wait, how is Badger still holding? I guess Prince was also very late making mortars. Like, this flank table survived way longer than it should have. And I'm pushing kura as a result of the plays King keeps making on his native. And he tries to, like, send 50 jags up here. I actually don't really like sending 50 jags to siege stuff, but it still worked. But King is making it work out because he's on, like, multiple fronts. Fourier is reacting nicely to the jags here, but then King is almost in here. And we see a panic racks going up, but with only one vil. I would like to drag these settler wagons and have them making racks up here immediately. Oh, and here was the big mistake of the game. Like, Fourier sends some dots. Fourier decides to dot box up here for, like, a counter run, but he's in no position to make a counter run because King is pushing in here and he's pushing in here. And so if he sends dops up here, then that means he can't defend King. I can't defend against King. And then Badger has to send some help. So King immediately reacts with some jags, but it's not enough. So I had 8 vils building a foundry, and then immediately queued Abyss. But what I did here was I deleted vils, and that's actually not good. I should have deleted some units here instead of deleting vils. And because autos don't have that great of an eco, and they can't really afford to be losing vils, especially on Andes with the fast training times. Like on Orinoco, it's okay, but not on Andes. And deleting vils would mean I lose this push. Here. I mean, deleting units means I lose this push here, but it's better than deleting vils and losing a bunch of eco in the long run. So I lost a factory and the vils that I deleted, but Fourier lost like almost all his vils, and King has opened up 2 places in Fourier's walls, sending in jaguars and coyotes. Gonna destroy 2 factories, so we're already ahead in this trade. We've killed 2 of their factories, and they've killed 1 of ours. But he's also going to kill a bunch of settler wagons, more vils, some plantations even. King just spamming jag, coyote, and sieging and killing vils, running around. And now Badger has to react, come help him. So, and then what I did with the Abyss guns after after I killed the jags is I sent them up to Prince's fight, 'cause it's a shorter walk than way up to the cliffs. Which and all this combined with Badger helping up here, what it would let King get a push on, Prince get a push on Badger. And then meanwhile, Kurahadol still losing ground here because he can't retake natives. And it looks okay, and my score still looks okay, but like I have only 18k food and only 30 vils on food. Actually, I should have moved some vils from coin to food. Maybe it would have been fine then. I just remember having trouble with resources later in this game. Oh, I remember Prince pinging us and asking me to snipe Badger's artillery for him, which I did. So then after Badger and Foire clean this up, his next move is to, like, keep forcing them to move pop and flank here. Foire getting heavy cannons. Should get some winners up there. And now their pop distribution is kind of a mess, right? Like, Foire has to send some help up here. Prince pushing up Badger here. Foire having to move units up here from up here to chase around King. And this happened, like, Foire's big mistakes, not pushing the route area initially, and then boxing, and then making a dot box, allowing King to run into his base. And yeah, so I actually had trouble trying to push with this native socket blocking me. But this is good, and like sending all the houses and huminkas up on the top side to flank, and then mixing them. But it looks like I attack moved with them, and it was kind of laggy, so they kind of just froze. And now Foire made another mistake, sending all his pop to, like, he overreacted to King's flank here, and then he sent like all his pop to double Prince here. And this is gonna allow King to get in yet again. Yeah. And Prince should have made some organ guns here. This is a lot of scums. And yeah, King is in here. Actually, it's not good that he has 9 vils on wood and he has 31k wood. He should have nothing on wood right now. Yeah, helping with eagle runners, and the combination of me having 3 natives and him sending eagle runners means they absolutely cannot make any cav and have it be cost effective. And yeah, so then I get to spam pure abyss. And King is still sending units up here to flank. Like, distracting. And then he's in here again, and this is again because we've sent way too many scrims up here as an overreaction to one of King's flanks, and so now King is just gonna shove all his units into foyer space. Foyer has too many vills on food for his distribution. Germany out of Nats is obviously really coin heavy. Kurahadol trying to go really heavy on artillery. Even sending a mortar up here, it's actually a pretty good play. So Badger did stabilize. But yeah, King is in now. And foyer, like, even though King is pushing in, foyer then sends units into the natives. I mean, I guess at this point, like, I'm pushing up here, King's pushing up here, and Prince is pushed up here, although his push is stopped after foyer's double. It's kind of over at this point. Like, they still have a decent amount of eco, but we're pushing in a lot of points at a lot. You know what one of us could have done is built a foundry up here and put some mortars behind King, and that would have destroyed like half of foyer's base. And I actually got kind of destroyed by the artillery. I remember getting really frustrated because melee units weren't working that well in the lag. But I was able to just like make calls and try to outmicro him, and that worked too. But it was just a little slower, so it was kind of frustrating. So King had this like massive X. And now foyer's out of coin. Like I said, his distribution was messed up. He's losing houses. So like someone's gonna have to help foyer soon now, losing settler wagons. Yeah, me having a little trouble with the Brit camp and the small, narrow cliffs and lag. See, Humenka's not really attacking. I think I might have been attack moving them instead of just like, instead of just like letting them attack. You don't really want to touch your melee units at all in lag. Yeah, Badger sending Cassidos up there. And yeah, I'm out of food at this point. Like I pointed out earlier, my veil distribution wasn't good. I'm not cowing very well either, it looks like. And yeah, and also deleting veils was also a mistake. And it looks like he got doubled a little, but this is also an example of how weak Aztecs are, like how easy they are to drain. King is forced back, but it was still worth it for him to kill so many of Foyer's villagers. And I am getting the push going in natives eventually. So yeah, at this point, Badger actually has a better cast settler mass and more artillery control. Looks like he's actually gonna hold Prince here. And another thing King did that was good is taking all 3 trade posts, which is really good for Aztec. They gather wooden coin really slowly. And he's still forced to pull back here. And yeah, Badger with artillery control is now going to be able to push out. I don't remember how Blood Brothers ports work, but I'm pretty sure Prince shouldn't be this low on resources with this score. Like, because this means his actual score is 1300, so he should still have a decent amount of resources. And I remember at some point, like, Prince said, "I'm drained," and then King just typed, "Good job." Because overall, Prince did have more help with the Jag flanks, and me sending him 20 Abyss. Yeah, there's not much Kura can do here after losing all the natives. Like, he tried to camp with longbow and rockets, but he still eventually got pushed back. Oh yeah, this was back when like This was before like we started banning the Explorer card in our RE games. So back when the Explorers were like super OP. So they definitely should have had 4 TCs and been reviving them more. And Kura's gonna put his units up here, but he should also be like frantically building up here because I'm about to break through these walls. But yeah, there's not much he can do when his opponent has 4 natives. I'm not sure why my Explorer isn't building. So even though King's push got stopped, he was able to pull back and remass and like kind of micro a bit. And it worked because foire lost so much eco. Even so, King is still having like a bit of trouble with the. And yeah, at this point it was just over. I was in here, and King was like in up here. And even though Prince couldn't really beat Badger, it was still Badger like wouldn't have been able to defend both of these locations without like completely abandoning the fight and losing his entire FB again. And so it's kind of hard to tell like who got fed how much because of the team wood trade that we did. Badger had a really nice kill death for a port mirror, probably because of his artillery, because he had better artillery control than Prince. But yeah, we were able to win this because King was like distracting foire here and here while sending units up here, and foire overreacted a lot, sending too many units to deal with some of King's flanks, and then like not pushing up here when he should have been, which allowed King to just continue sending units everywhere and forcing and keep making foire overreact. And then the DOP flank was also a mistake, the DOP box, because it allowed King to get in, destroy 2 factories, and like pretty much all of foire's bells. So yeah, this was a pretty old game, but I thought it was a pretty good one. And the funny thing is, I actually like deleted all my record games at some point, so like I lost this game, but foire like sent it to me recently, so that I was able to commentate this. So thanks to him for that. And yeah.